I got a question. Yeah. Can we talk about intimacy?
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real. Charles and Melendia.
Just keeping it
Just keeping it real.
in love.
With, even the thought process, yes, I want it now.
Yeah.
So what I'm learning is to say, babe, if you could really take care of those dishes right here, right now for me, because I want to do whatever, I want us to prepare something. Oh, I need the sink for something. Then, we have this mutual thing that, because he played too much, he's very, very sarcastic. So I lived through that. I know. And he will say, you ain't going to tell me what to do. You know that?
I do the same thing.
But she don't be sarcastic though. She don't be sarcastic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's sarcastic and be like, oh, okay, I'm
Charlie, my daddy.
Yes. Oh.
Wait. You just did something. You just brought something right there.
You just stared at
Okay.
right there. Yeah, you did.
Oh,
Go ahead.
that.
Touch on that.
Yes.
Well, I can have a father in my life.
Okay.
Okay. And he was a horrible father. So of what I do know of. So because I was raised by a single mom, now, no, she wasn't my mother and father because people say that, but she had to do those roles as taking care of two kids, down to grandkids, disciplinarian, working, that type of thing, not having that support system as like having a father there. So when I got with Charles, and another story, I dealt with some other issues in my life growing up with guys, and I would fight.
Yeah.
So
You and me both.
I would fight, and we kind of, without getting too deep in that, he kind of saw that Baltimore side of me. Don't put your hand on me. Don't. And he, he liked to play and could be sarcastic, so he's do certain things to try. And I felt
It would trigger you.
yes, and it was like he was restraining me. So thank God for deliverance in there, but.
Yep.
But
for the
so as
Both
we
of us.
were so as we were growing in this marriage journey, right? It was things that did trigger me that he would say, and I'm like, you're not my father, and that was our divided, journey at that time that we had to talk through that. We had to recognize that I know I'm not your dad. And then I explained to him how I felt
Right.
when he said what he said, certain things. And then he would have to elaborate to me. And then, what you say? What you say?
A couple of times I got real ugly with that.
He did.
I did. And I told a friend of mine just recently what I said. He's like, oh, bro. So I didn't like hearing that. And then at one point I said to her, she said, you're not my daddy. And I said, you don't even know what a daddy is, okay? Number one. So how do you know I'm being a daddy? I don't know. And so that was so, I'm telling you.
It raised something up.
That was a no. And I'm saying I went there a couple of times. But see, even with her relationship with her father wasn't much. I would always intervene to try to get them together.
Yeah.
Did it for over 40 years, definitely.
Literally.
Yes, over 40.
Yeah.
Thank God that at the end,
Well,
it was resolved.
Oh, that's dope.
That was before he passed away.
That's dope.
That man wanted, we had been trying, and every time he would mess it up. And I told him I'd never do it again. It happened. My mother-in-law was instrumental, and he wanted to see us. And on his deathbed, the thing he said, I'm sorry for all the things we went through all these years. I love you all. And he said to her, forgive me. And he asked me, because he had threatened my life, and then he said, forgive me. And he said, now I can go in peace. And that was our resolution. We good, and it's balanced.
Yeah. So that's that.
Go ahead,
You're
yeah.
not my daddy thing.
Yeah.
It was embedded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And what I
What you went through.
It was,
So, but our main thing is that we may be saying the same things, you know, but we're not hearing each other, you know, because we're too focused on hearing what I got to say. And I'm waiting. I'm not even trying to wait till you finish because I need you to hear what I got to say. So we're going back and forth with that. And we could be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, as I learn and continue to learn that let's slow down, you know, let's slow down and hear each other and know he's not my dad. And then because I know that he's not my dad. This man is nothing like a dad that I ever seen. So I know what I have. So that's when I have to sit back and think about it. Now, really, acting like, he just ticking me off, right? And we're trying to say something to
hurt.
To hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much intentionally hurt, but just to know I'm gonna sting you a second. But is that necessary?
Right.
Because as he had said, we on the same team.
That's what I tell her all the time.
Yeah. So I got past that. I don't think I said that right in a while. Okay.
I've done better. I've done better, right?
Yeah, there's actually a book that we're currently reading called The Next Conversation. And it's written by this attorney. His name is Jefferson Fisher. And he talks about like how you don't have to always drill your point home. He talks about your triggers and understanding the triggers, whether it's your partner or a coworker or things of that nature. But then at the same time, and I definitely agree, we have to understand our triggers. Right. I have to understand his triggers. He needs to understand mine. But at the same time, individually, you have to do the work. It's your responsibility to make sure we still working on ours, but it's your responsibility as the person. Do I want this to be my trigger for the rest of my life? Right. Like you can't have a developing relationship. You're not going to make it if you continue to allow a trigger to be a trigger. Right. Right. You have to know how to cope with it. You have to know how to manage it. You have to be aware of what might start to happen before the trigger actually sets you off. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss. Yeah. Sure. When it comes to dating, when it comes to marriage, is we just, that's just how I am.
We stuck in our ways. Like with us, I wasn't like a big planner. Like planning things makes me sleepy, right? Like it's just, I'm not gonna go with the flow type of person. It just, and she's like, she loves it. She enjoys it. Once again, very analytical, very structured. So like, what we found like during premarital, like her love language is gifts. Now she never came out and said, gifts is my love language. Right. But she would act that way as if I should know it when she never communicated it, right? So when we went through premarital, we read a book called The 5 Love Languages and so on. Now I didn't need to get the touch to tell her that was my love. I've been saying it. Right. Playing my hair, do this, like just, that it just does it for me. Well, her was like, okay, cool. Once we got to premarital, she was like, yeah, that's my love language. I was like, oh, that's why I like the birthdays and the holidays are important to you. That's why, because the whole resentment thing really had like this thing where like she stressed it after the fact, like how much courting was important to her. Well, you never courted me. I was like, yes, our situation isn't the traditional boy meets girl situation. So now we're in that season where I'm like, all right, well, look, you want the flowers? There's always flowers here now. There's, I'm doing all those things. The little handwritten notes, I made a chocolate the other day. She came in from somewhere, had the candle lit, had the little cookie sweet treat, I know she liked the little things. So I'm trying to show her like, hey, I'm being
it was from the potathon.
The potathon.
When I came home. When I came home, he had the candle lit. It was a long
long.
We was in the whole.
Came home, he had a candle lit. He had some cookies laid out, some fresh baked cookies laid out, and he was like, sweet treat. And I was just like, ooh, child. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Child, girl.
No.
But I said it for the real because like y'all was saying, like being stuck in our way, right? I understand we're completely different. The way that I was raised is different from her. We just see the world differently.
And then on top of that, I've been married before.
Okay.
So I'm coming through with experience in a 4-year marriage from a 4-year marriage.
Right. Okay.
Where he's never been married.
Gotcha.
So it's just like completely opposite ends of the spectrum as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I feel like so she would say to me like I would say I don't like to plan stuff. I'm not a big planner, and she always like hold me accountable. Like yo, stop saying that. You ain't got to be that way. You can plan things like you, but I hate it. Like to this day, I still don't like it. Right.
Right.
But I'm also like I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make her happy. Right. So I'll show you guys after like. When I proposed to her, I was very intentional with the proposal. Like, was set up. We were at the studio. We were doing Live with David. I proposed like right after that. We're all dressed up. I planned that to the team. When
But that was fun, right?
it's not
right?
the planning isn't the
She's being sarcastic.
oh
She's trying to get you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, no, wasn't. No.
now I like to see the after effect.
Yeah, right.
Her smiling, happy, crying, all that stuff. When for our anniversary we just celebrated, she had mentioned one time, months before the anniversary, I just need a staycation. I just need to get away. I just need to I was like, all right, once I hear it, I don't need just let me hear it. That's the communication, like she's saying it. I planned a little staycation just for her, right? That same weekend she wanted to go to this Pilates class. She did all that. So she got there. So while she's at the Pilates class, me and baby girl run to the hotel. We decorate the hotel room. We run out the hotel room before she gets back. We're thinking that she about to come back. I'm like, hey, why you out? Get breakfast. Breakfast on me. Just try to buy time. She get back. That's done. Right. She comes home Sunday. It's stacked out in here. And here there's 28 pictures from the day we met to the day we got married. Set up in like a little pathway with candles and all. Like I'm doing the things to
Hey, bro, I'm gonna hit you like they hit me on our 2019 cruise. It was a couples cruise, and they called several couples up to play the marriage game, right? And talked about where we met. So I mentioned that when I met her, I wrote a song for. Okay. And the brothers were like, "Come on, hey, don't do that." And then my man say, "Could you give us a little snippet?" And that made it worse. And at the end, I felt so bad because the guy said, "Man, you trying to show us something? We don't write no songs."
Everybody out here writing songs.
Tone it down, Jay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What I'm
Sorry,
saying.
good. I know. Hey, there again,
I appreciate
that. That's what I'm saying, because we're learning. Guess what? 40 years learning from a year and some months.
We want that wisdom too.
Okay, understand.
I think for me, it's not worth losing the relationship, the marriage is good. Because at the end of the day, they'll be like, well, why didn't the marriage work out? Because I didn't get out of my way. And that's really all it is. It's like, I was being so selfish and being so hung on, this is how I operate, right? She'll say sometimes like, well, I don't do it like you. I can't do this like you, or I don't do that. It's like, yeah, but you don't have to be this person forever.
Right.
You can change, right? Like the same way that I might not want to do this, that, and the third. I don't want to do it. I just do it, right? I'm trying to do it because I want this to work.
Right.
So me getting out of my way in the moment is more important than it not working. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to make sure that for me, I'm like, I want God to be like, all right, you did what you're supposed to do.
Right.
I don't want it to not work because I didn't do my part.
Right.
Sure.
Like it won't go down because I didn't do my part. Like that's just how I'm trying to like operate and make sure I'm doing my thing. So yeah.
You know, I fought because again, our focus is that with marriage, we're not telling anybody we made it. You know, even with 40 years and 47, together that we went through and like we're deciding what to do, because even sometimes with men, we're a bit slow sometimes to get there. Because again, with me 7 years, with us, we were young, not even really interested in going the ways we were thinking about the marriage or anything there. Took a few years, and then we got to a point where we say, okay, this will probably be the one. And then we had those conversations after about, how many years was it?
3 or 4?
4, maybe 4 years, Pan. And then now I'm thinking, this might be it. And we had no intentions of it going down any altar, before that. But I just said, God, right now, gonna act a fool, not ready to make any kind of decision, Skip. So at some point it's gonna happen. And then when my pastor asks the question, what are you gonna do? And that's when life changed. You're wanting to do things to please God. And I said, I'm going to do the right thing. Yeah. And that's when it happened. So the thing here, just as we say, 40 years for us, we talked about, but it's not anything to keep applauding. You know, you say 40 years, but yet we don't want anybody to feel intimidated by years because we can learn from each other, and that's the community part of it. So there are gems that we're picking up just here to listen, and then, you know, like I say, okay, but, you know, so things that then I've got to incorporate or learn from. We had a 40-year-old brother that lost his wife. They were married 14 years. We interviewed his brother, and the man told me in those 14 years, and I asked him, were there any regrets? He said, no. He said, my wife and I, we demonstrate our love for each other on a daily basis. He said, I have no regrets. And I'm sitting here like, whoa, I said, I stopped that man and say, you mean? He said, none. Because we show. And I want to give that to you all to demonstrate that love. And now, and with us learning, because he stopped me. I said, bruh, you know, but learning from each other. That's the thing. That's the community. So.
And what I do know, 'cause as you all grow into your labor of love of years from here, what gets in the way sometimes, which is then problematic for us, life. You know, the circumstances of things.
Yes.
You know, and it's been even more challenging considering we moved closer to family, because we've never lived close to family. So we were able to master out and go through the things without that interference.
Yes.
You know, even with the challenges of having a son who was born with a congenital disorder that nobody ever knew anything about, we had a quote church that was supposed to have been there for us, but here we are standing on a balcony, just he and I, and God, of course, but physically he and I trying to figure out, are we making the best decision for this child? So
The surgery, he was doing emergency surgery. So our son was born, his lymphatic system was blocking his airway, and he would stop breathing for short, periods of time. And we're sitting there, even during the birth, he was blue, I thought he was dead. And, so with that, we went through that scenario, and he was lifeless, but then started crying as they got him into ran him out into the hallway, whatever they did. I'm like, what'd you do that for?
No problem. I'm good. I'm big. Hey, man, Jay, but I'm good. The boy is here. So you were married to the boy? Yeah. We deliver babies, all right? But I'll tell you, it's just not, but that's, we talk about it, but,
still, I think, but going through that in a level of stress we dealt with, we having nurses in our home for 16 hours a day for several years, we're talking. Baby with a tracheotomy at 3 weeks old, this was a lot. So we've had a tremendous amount of stress that we've dealt with, and dealing with a tremendous amount of stress now. You went through it. I want to ask the question, how do you guys manage your stress level?
I think we still try to figure that out.
yeah.
For him, he dives into his music. He will go out on the balcony, or he'll go lock himself in the bathroom and he'll just blast his music. Okay. And I used to not stand it. Especially if we would get into rifts and arguments and things of that nature, he would just walk off and just go blast the music and totally tone out. I'm like, I'm still talking to you. Like, like, don't walk away from me.
She is Philly through and through. I'm like, bro, let me get 10 minutes to see you down. Like it.
I ain't put a period in that. Okay.
She got run-on sentences. Like, yeah.
And that's one of the things, like, I think one of the things that a lot of people also miss in marriage is you're not the same person.
Right.
Ever.
That's what we kept definitely.
Like, I'm not the same person I was in 2019, and neither is he. We've done business together, and that was That was a journey in itself. Being in a relationship and doing business and everything. Sometimes the business ends up coming home with you, and all the different things. For me, I'm starting to learn what it is that I need to relieve my stress, because I would just sit with it.
Okay.
Right. And so now, like, I've gotten back into just like reading. I've gotten back into like my painting, and like I started picking up like it's called diamond painting, and it's almost like color by number, paint by numbers, but you do it with like these little gems and stuff like that. So I've started to rediscover, because I started to realize, like, ever since I had our daughter, I stopped caring about what I need. I stopped doing the things that I was doing before I met him, or before I had her. I stopped going to the salon. I stopped getting my nails done. I stopped going to the spa. All the different things that I love.
Right.
I stopped doing it. And women tend to do that on a regular. We tend, once we start getting married, we get families and all this stuff. We put all of us on the back burner and put everybody else on the front and put it on full blast.
Right.
And then the gas is worn out, and then we don't have a burner for ourselves. Right. So I'm in the discovery phase for me. His music has always been his stress relief.
My therapy.
Right.
I mean, ain't nothing like a good vacation too. I feel like
Facts. That's something we've always been agreeing on. We love the vacation.
I think that's also what's kind of like not hurting us. Like when we met, we were in a travel club. So we were like gone once a month. Either we were like on some kind of vacation or like an event for the company.
Right.
So when that kind of like, we kind of made it turn from that, then it was like, all right, now what? You know what I'm saying? And we haven't taken like a real vacation maybe since our honeymoon, which was the cruise.
Well, we went on the cruise. Yeah.
What was
did
after
the
that?
cruise.
Like we'll do little
Little
stuff, but like
staycations here and there.
nothing like.
We went to Florida over the summer.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
And things of that nature. And then we got a few trips planned next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 40th is coming up in North. Yeah, cause she was like, so for our anniversary, she was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I don't want nothing." I was like,
And then got mad at me when he didn't get nothing.
No. Let me tell you. Let me say something. Let me come on. Let's be real.
Then he felt so sad. He was like, he ain't give me nothing. I did all this. Give me nothing.
No, you didn't say that.
But don't say.
Listen.
Let's hear you out.
What I said was, for our anniversary, I don't need nothing. That's exactly what I said. I said, because I want you to do whatever you want to do for my 40th. I want fire 40th. Like, that's all I care about.
Right.
Now, once again, you got to remember, I'm not a big planner. Right? Like, and it makes me sleep. To this day, it's very stressful. I will go in Walmart. I will go in the store for her, and I will be in there for an hour and a half, just trying to figure out little things to like do for her. Like, I don't enjoy the process. I enjoy the aftermath of seeing her, right? So when the anniversary happened, when I tell you I will show you guys a video of how I decorated this place.
He was so mad at me.
The bedroom had I had the rose petals, I had the charcuterie board, I had this. In the bathroom, I had the bath tray with the wine. I went crazy. And I think where I'm trying to still understand her is that I'm expecting her to be like, oh my goodness, baby. I'm expecting her to jump on me, give me love, kiss on me, I ain't get none of that. No. I gotta thank you. I gotta thank you, right? Now,
But the thing, I think, because I feel like when it comes to gift giving, there is two sides to it. And when it comes to a love language, and I love to receive, yes, but it's also hard for me to. And so when it comes to gift giving, I'm more so, as being my love language, I love to be the one to do.
Right, exactly.
Right? I love to be the one to plan for you and do all of the things. So when he gets so upset, because he'll go through the stuff and he expects a certain reaction.
Yeah.
And it's like, I still don't know how to accept and react to it, because I'm always the one doing it for the other people, for everybody.
let me tell you how you do that. This morning,
Okay.
when I was washing the dishes, and you said, last night meant a lot to me. So all I needed. I didn't get that, right? So what I'm saying though is, when I said I wanted something, I'm like, you could have gave me a back rub. I'd have been straight with the back rub. You feel what I'm saying? Once again, my love language is touch. I don't need.
Watch the football game.
I don't need.
He wanted to watch the game.
Got to see through that.
You know what I'm saying? Listen.
That I saw watch the game and I cooked and I let him watch the game.
Listen.
He watched his race.
If my love language is touch, just touch me.
So if you would have just walked behind him, put your fingers through his hair.
I'd have been straight. And she'd have put it on me. I'd have been a happy man.
Oh, God.
Listen, I'd have been a happy. I'm very simple. And I think this is where we clash at. Because I'll tell her I'm simple. I don't need a lot. But she also wants to love me the way that she wants to love me. And I'm like, yeah, I love that. Like, she's the chef of the family.
Right.
Sweetheart, when you chef it up, don't touch a dish. I got the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Like, never touch a dish. If you ever cook, I got the kitchen, right? That's my way of showing her, like, I got you, ain't got to do it all here, right? Now, she's in a season where maybe, like, she's trying to figure out how to get out of her way to do that for me. I'm in a season now where I'm like, I just got to serve her. I don't want to go. My wife loves ice. You don't understand, like,
I do.
oh, you don't see the cup? Okay, she has, like, these big cups.
Those 2 cups over there.
I go to Quick Trip and I'm like this. I bring the cups in. They know that I'm about to get the ice. I get the ice. I walk out. Here you go. Now, and I'll sit next to her. She's crunching. Inside, I'm hating it. It's what she loves. What I'm saying is, I'm getting out of my way to serve her in the way that she's asking me to do that, right? So it's once again, if the relationship doesn't work, it won't be because I didn't do my part. And I'm not saying that she's not doing her part, but what I'm saying, like, just in any marriage, right? The marriage doesn't work if the marriage works if everybody's on their part.
Right.
The problem is that I just don't want to do my part because I just don't want to do my part. And I refuse for me to be like, it's just not going to work because I'm not going to do it.
You got a thought there.
Talk to me.
Redeal.
So, okay. So what I'm hearing is this. As you were talking, you have to go back and look at. Nella had said something earlier. You mentioned in the beginning the things that you were giving, the things you were doing in the beginning. And I guess you were not responding in the way that she desired you to respond. But like we got to flip a tip.
Oh, for sure.
And it's like how you guys manage that part. How will you manage the flip scripting? I mean the script flip.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's where I'm at where we did the premarital, it was back to the resentment word, right? Yeah. Because there's no telling how the marriage is now if she got what she wanted when she wanted it, right? I didn't move as fast as she thought I should have moved. Yeah, and that's where the resentment comes into play. Go ahead.
But balance, though. Balance in the whole thing. Y'all got to find a balanced space because there, and see, just like it up. We have to, and I'm saying 40 years don't mean we're there. Like I said,
for sure.
We're trying to find balance in 40 years. Yeah. So that's the thing, is that y'all got to find that space to where you're giving, and something else now you said about being the giver and now the receiver, because now I'm learning things with my father I mentioned. And so my thing is I want to be the one giving most of the time. So I'm doing this and that for them. And he said, Charles, how much was that? Dad, you don't have to do that for me. Don't worry about it. Listen here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody's giving you something, you got to learn to accept. See, and that's what he's telling me. So I'm learning through this. I said, Dad, look, y'all have given to us. Yeah. I don't need what you got. Let me give to you. I will always owe you more than you owe me. And I'm saying we've got to find, all of us, the balance that we need. Yeah. I can't tell you how to get there necessarily. That's something you'll have to, just like with she and myself. We got to find that. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm listening because again, when I heard Nella, then I'm in you. It's the same. Yeah. It's like,
it's literally.
There we go. Okay.
And we go ahead. I was gonna say we've had those back and forth where he ends up feeling like you're trying to make me pay for,
right,
and you're trying to make me make up. But it's like, no, I'm not intentionally trying to make you do it. It just ends up being I don't. And I've always been that way. Yeah. I've always been the person, like, I will plan, I will give. Like, my younger brother, when he was younger, he wanted to go to art school.
Okay.
And so for Christmas, I went ahead and paid for him to take art classes. And that was his Christmas gift. Like, I've always been that person.
Right.
I've always been the person that, like, I just want to give, I want to see other people happy. I want to see you taken care of and things of that nature. So it's never been, I don't accept it, or I'm making you work twice as hard because of the fact that you didn't do.
Sure.
Right. It's just how I've always been I'm always the giver. I'm always the provider. I'm always that person.
I think also though, in a way, it also feels like it's also a defensive mechanism for her, right? Like, because she's accustomed to doing so much for people, but she's also accustomed to being hurt and not getting the love back from everybody that she's ever loved, right? I'll put it that way, right? So when we met, there was a lot of things going on that I was her biggest supporter in that season, and probably still now to this day, right? Where it's like, all right, well, I'll give, but I don't really expect anybody to do nothing for me. Right? Because when I was expecting, and this is just us, right? Like when she was putting in the work the first 2 years, because I wasn't moving as fast as she was, she's used to that, right? Well, I'm used to like putting it out and nobody's gonna really do back for me, so I'm just gonna give, but that's what I do. I'm a giver. But I would like somebody to do stuff for me, but I'm accustomed to not getting it, so it is what it is, right? So now that's where we are now, where it's like, when I proposed, my words to her was like, thank you for being patient. Thank you for being consistent, persistent, not giving up. Because if you would have gave up, this wouldn't be. I made sure she knew that I saw what you were doing, and I'm grateful for that. But that was then. We're here now. We're talking 5 years ago. Right. I don't want to still pay for what happened 5 years ago, especially when I know I'm putting that work. Now, we're talking about two strangers in the season trying to figure each other out, and you came with this, and I'm trying to make sure I can handle it all. Right. We're in marriage now. When we said that we love each other and we want this to work, it's not the same thing. If I'm saying that correctly, right? We know each other. We say we love each other. We want this to work, so on and so on. Okay, cool. I don't mind putting the work. I'm cool with. I like serving. Like I've always been a server. I used to wait tables too, right? Like I've always been a server, right? So doing the things, I think for me now is like, I don't need the super praise, but I also want to feel appreciated by doing the work, especially when I told you that I don't like the planning stuff. Right. So if you know planning for me is stressful and I do this elaborate thing, a thank you isn't enough. I may need, you went crazy. I'm like, need that, right? Because that'll make me feel like, okay, all right. Yeah. You know, and that's all I'm saying. Like, or this super love me in my language. He said he don't want the gifts. At least I can do is this. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what I hear. You already have the strategies. You already know.
Sure.
So, in your quest for help me, you already got it. You already got it. Even listening to yourself, listening to Nella talk, and as we resonate on even with us, we've grown a lot and learned each other's love languages a lot more. And I just feel that the energy that you all have in what he wants and what you want, you already know that. So now it's time to, when that happens, because you know when it's going on.
Yeah.
Right? You know what's going on. And even if you come in as a surprise, that's when it's going to click like, okay, my baby knows that I have to show him that I appreciate him, because I want to satisfy him. And by satisfying him, it will satisfy you. Because what we're doing is that you say, we need to put the past and all of our triggers and all the things that we have buried and suffered and been tortured and things like that. Because still, now that doesn't say that it ain't going to creep up. Things that you may have done, it may not creep up. But that's that nagging on that side here you're going to have to shove off. Yeah.
And guards, more or less, guard. There's a thing that's guarded, being guarded in the process.
Right. Yeah. So you don't have to guard each other with your heart with each other because you already know this is his love language. This is her love language. And I know that she is very guarded, because of whatever that she's dealt with before. So I want to do this because I love to serve and I love to do this. And then with you, you like, okay. You know?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Actually, you are so
I get it.
grateful because you haven't had that.
Sure.
You are so grateful. But then this is like, I ain't gonna let this get like too, you know?
But is it also grateful? Not saying that she's not grateful, but I feel like maybe it's also like, but how long will this last? Like it feels good, but is it? What? Listen, when we
And we've had those moments where,
And you know this.
yeah, we've had those moments where like he'll
Yeah.
in the beginning when he started to do the gift giving,
Right.
where he would
Yeah.
start it
Right.
and then it'd go right back. So he's definitely gotten better over the last year. But even like when we first got married, I was like, man, how long did it take to get a date around these parts? Like, you know what I mean? Even when we first started, when he asked me to be his girlfriend, it actually took months for us to actually kiss. Like things like that. And so I'm starting to try to unlearn the things that I'm used to with
Right,
him.
right.
Yes. Yes.
I don't even think if it's just yes, but also when we first met, my wife told me a story that she had went through, and I basically cried. And she has lived a life for like maybe 5 people, so I get the guarded in a way, right? I get the not wanting to just give everything right away. I get that. Like she wrote a book. I made her write a book. I was like, you need to write a book about this story.
Yeah.
Because you need to release that because it is eating you away. And I'm like, I don't want to have to pay for anybody else's mistakes before me. And I am, no matter what you say, I'm paying for that. So now it's like, it's she once again loves to give, but doesn't expect to be given to. So if for her, it's like, I don't know how long this is going to last. Now she'll say, like she just said, the gifts were coming in, then he stopped.
Yeah.
If I'm giving the gifts and I don't feel appreciated by giving the gifts, it's like, why should I continue to give the gifts?
Yeah.
Now I understand that I can't not do that because God is watching me and I still got to serve even if I'm not getting that. So that's why the gifts have been
Flowers have been
plenty.
there.
You know what I'm saying? Every Monday. Or now I'm like every other Monday because they still be like still live. But now even with the flowers, I said it the other day. I said, now it's become so normal that it feel like you don't even notice the flowers. And this was the thing that you said, you can't even give me flowers. $5 flowers, you can't even give me flowers. Now it's become so normal that you don't notice them. You know what I'm saying?
But you'll notice them if you don't dig.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all got y'all, man. So if I can take just like us a few weeks ago, what did we do? We went to council, we sit down and we talked, she and I. And we basically resolved our issues. The woman sit there.
Y'all don't even need me.
We were counseling.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Y'all don't even need me.
Premarital session, we were going through it, and the pastor, he was just like, he put himself on mute and just let us go. He put himself on mute and he just let us go. He's sitting in the car. He's just like, nah, I'm just letting y'all.
Yeah.
Rest.
Yes.
Exactly.
Resolution now.
Yeah.
The resolution, I believe that you all had packaged that up. You have. And it just, taking yourself, your old self out of it, because now it's a new Nella every day.
Yeah.
It's a new,
Jen, every day.
She want to say,
Yeah. You J school.
every day.
Yeah.
We renew. It's a new Charles&Melendia. Oh, my Lord. I am not the Melendia of 47 years ago.
No, for sure.
But you like it.
But you like that. You like that Baltimore in me. You like that little. You like that little hood.
I mean, that's it. But he'll come out every now and then and say, Lord, if you don't get that Park Heights, Baltimore, here she comes. Let's turn the famous.
Yeah, it's golden at times. It is.
Yeah, you need
because it get things done.
Yeah.
But sometimes I tell her, back on. We need a different approach. Let me handle this one. I'll get a calm approach. If I need
It'll be
it, this
easy
bill's
also.
there by
me too.
But she get a lot of things
But-
done. But that gets a lot of things done.
But even with me recognizing and he telling me to back up, I have to okay, Lord, just chill out. Because is it worth arguing over there? Is this do I even want to take on this, argument about what? This is not even worth it.
Right.
So as far as, getting away when you're going through your moments, that is helpful.
Yeah.
But that is
Tell her one
also
time.
important.
Tell her one more time.
Both of y'all.
Okay.
Both of y'all.
We tried that. Yeah. She be like, you ain't going to nowhere. You need to talk about this.
So most of the time when you're doing that,
Yeah.
you ain't resolved.
You ain't retarded?
You not,
Yeah.
and one ain't hearing you.
Yeah.
Because I've done it too. Now I'll be like,
I
trying
get to
say-
one point now. I get to the place now where I'll be like, I don't want to talk about this no more, and I start shutting down.
Yeah, but she shut down though, period though.
Yeah.
Which isn't resolving the issue. Now she just don't want to talk about it, which isn't, it's just making it worse too. You know what I'm saying?
And we talked. Yeah.
Just
we talked about
recently
it. Go
we
ahead.
had a spat. That
Yeah.
was so
Okay, spat.
Right. I'm gonna start saying that.
spat. It was so silly,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I could have been irritated about something else,
Yeah.
and the stress that we got going on,
Right.
it just builds up, and it could be stress from work or stress with your
Kids and
just whatever that's built up here, and then he gonna do something that be like, what the world?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Or why would you say that? Or why are you looking like that? Or something, and that is really not the issue.
Right.
It's really not the issue. So when we had that little silly spat, what was it?
It was a picture frame. We did a podcast. We did a podcast.
Yeah.
And we
And
talking about, let's
because-
go ahead. Let's unpack this and let's share this to show how stupid we did. In a few weeks, talking about the 10 dumbest things that couples
Yes,
argue.
don't argue about.
And then I'm
Yeah.
like, this must be one of our 10. So, and we
I
don't even like
Picture frames anymore.
That's all I have to tell you.
We wasn't listening. That was the thing.
Right.
But
That's right.
um,
And we resolved.
we resolved it by chilling. Just wait. Just wait. Because when you get like that, you're gonna wind up saying stuff you don't want to hear. And then you be like, dang, say that I was trying to tick me off.
Yeah.
But then what we did, one of our strategies that helped us so much was we stopped. And it was like what we've been trying to do a little more is walk together. We go on these little walks. You do that. Even if you're just walking in your neighborhood, just take a minute. And even when we first went out, we didn't say anything.
Well, I almost wasn't going out, to be honest with you. I was hanging with TV until we agreed.
But-
I was hanging with TV. It got so ugly. She said, "Oh, you really?"
Well, I'm going with myself.
I'm going by myself. I said, "Well, enjoy it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know him that he don't like me walking like that by myself. And we'd be like, he gonna come because he play.
just
I
fine.
was like, "Boy, give him that. Let me get the TV stable, and we'll go walking." That's off there.
And what we
We
did
didn't say anything to each other.
we
We
did when
walked.
we first
Yeah,
because I
fine.
just we both needed to kind of release that energy, that negative energy that set unnecessarily. Even if you had to, go out and do what you had to do for a second, come back. But after you take that breather and think about it, even if you have to say, and there's a song that I just absolutely, Lord, it helps me. It says, teach me how to understand this man. And the more sometimes I play that over and over, it's Lee Vesta, I think, just to hear myself, because I don't want to be the one that's causing what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one to say something to make this worse. So Lord, please, and sometimes I'll be like, Lord, just please teach me how to understand this man and teach me to be what you want for him. So when we take that minute, you'll get outside of your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And then we were able to come back, and
The
the resolution was we just wasn't hearing each other.
Yeah, I didn't hear her. She asked a simple question about a picture frame. Did I like it? It was going to be hung up in the mother's side of the house, and the whole time we
Saturday.
Yeah. Well, our house we have in-law party for the move, and that's the way we sort of we say it that way. And so I was like,
In the West Wing.
yeah, right, there is that. So I was like, okay, she's like, how you like it? I say, I don't care. When I say I don't care about liking it, that's not even it. I don't want any emotion in it. Only thing, just
That
give me
would
the
have set me
measurements.
off too.
Give me the measurements. Let me know where it's going. That's all I need to know.
That's him too. He was
That's
He just he went straight to the mechanical, the analysis.
That's a man's way of thinking. And that's what I was telling.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And then hers was emotional because how you like it. It was feelings. I ain't got no feelings.
Ain't got no feelings.
Yeah,
I ain't no feelings. No picture.
Well, she said to me, all I wanted you to do is give me your opinion. How did you like it? And I said, I got you.
Yeah.
I never answered your question.
Yeah.
Even all the information. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm out on this.
Yeah. And which is big. Saying that though.
Yeah.
Saying so my pastor said he said something about he's talking about Adam and Eve, right? And he's like, I never thought about this until now. He said, what if Adam would have owned it? He said, because when God said, where are you? And God asked what happened, Adam blamed her so fast.
Exactly.
But God gave him the word, and he was supposed to then give it to his wife.
Yeah.
He said, but what if Adam would have been like, you know what, God, my bad, that's me.
Yeah. Right.
It might have changed the whole situation, but he never owned it, right? And I think that's our problem is people, we so prideful that we can't say, oh, my bad, I'm myself. Like, and it's not even worth it. Like, I love my wife. I go in the closet, that's my prayer time.
Yeah.
Lord, this your daughter. I can't change her. I just can't. Also change me in the ways that I need to love her, but I can't change her. No matter what I say or do, I can't change her. That's your job. But you did give me confirmation that this is my wife. So come on.
Yeah.
Make it right. You know?
Change her facts.
Change the fast, boy. Change your fast, boy.
So that's another thing. Like I said, I'm in a season now where it's like I hear a lot of married couples saying the first 5 years were the worst. But after that, I'm like, I don't want to do 5 years of this. And I refuse to be that couple that's like, yeah, we had to get through the first part.
Yeah, right.
No, we don't have, it doesn't have to be that way, right?
Not. That's
If we just decide like, look, I'm gonna get out of my way. I told her this a while ago. If we focus on just outdoing kindness for each other and to each other, you can't lose, right?
Right.
If my goal is just to make sure you're happy every day you wake up, cool, I'm gonna get the same in return, right? And that's just where I'm at, where it's like, okay, cool, you want flowers? Flowers only nothing for me, but you like the flowers, so I'm gonna get the flowers. You want the ice? I'm gonna give you the ice. You want the cordial stuff? Cool. You want me to make sure I'm listening to you? So when you say, I wish we had a vacant sofa, we could, are you gonna have all that? You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you that I'm listening. I'm trying to be super intentional, so that way you can't say. Now, she did tell me this the other night. She said, I feel like sometimes when you do stuff, you do it to get something.
Oh, okay.
I said, I'm mad at you, but I'm like, I promise you, I'm not doing it like to get something. Do I want something? Yes, but I'm not doing it to get a thing back from you. I'm really doing it because I hear you and I want you to be happy, right? So, like you said, I might get a gift, but I don't know how to receive that gift.
Right.
I'm now putting in the work. Does she now know how to receive the work that I'm putting in, right? So I'm just trying to be a better husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't want my marriage not to work because I had not decided to go all in and get out of my way of doing things.
That is amicable for you.
I appreciate you.
You know, but in that understanding and being patient with the wife who's not used to that and who's not used to being served and being appreciated that way. So as you build that, your wife is learning that this man loves me and he appreciates me.
Don't I?
So just being able, just recognizing that for the two of you all, that's half the battle right there because you know. So that most of the time you just gotta stop. Just gotta stop because this outside interference in your mind is messing it up. So,
I got a question. I got a question. Yeah. Can we talk about intimacy?
Okay, because I was saying, I know we've been going.
Look, you see the response? You see the response?
Us at 40 years and boys said it's still it's an issue. It's a big issue. It's what we deal with. Well, not.
Yeah.
So let's stop.
No, that's been the episode.
Part one and part. That's what we're gonna do because in relationships, and I appreciate you. opening that up. In relationships, we both know that we are on two levels of when it comes to intimacy.
Meaning men and women.
Men and women.
Absolutely.
Men and women. And having that dialogue now is amazing. Let's go ahead and unpack that. So not saying who's right, who's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just the way that we have to flow and understand each other. Who would like to introduce that one? Nella?
Who would like to hear Nella?
Because he introduced it, he opened it, and we know how women, but go ahead.
So I am not the biggest, I'm not the biggest touchy-feely person.
She was when we first met.
Gotcha.
But I was also pregnant and the hormones were off the wall.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
You better find out what the hormones you got. Bring them back.
What, did you ever get pregnant again?
no. We did have a scare.
See what?
Well, let me tell you, it means nothing good.
I could not do this right now.
Listen, but you know how and I'll let you finish, but you know how if you meet somebody and they are doing whatever it takes to get you,
Sure.
Yes.
right? And you're now, okay, is this
Mm-hmm.
what this is going to be like? You know what I'm saying? And that's where I kind of maybe got spoiled in that season. The same way she's like, well, you didn't move as fast as I wanted. I was like, all right. Well, the moment I asked for the relationship, it all stopped. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Where's that girl? Like, where's that person at? And I'm still trying to find that person 3-4 years later, right? So this is probably our biggest thing. And probably
That is our biggest.
it's probably marriages, period. I'm unsure, right? Where it's like,
It's either intimacy or finances in marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are always the two biggest
Oh, yeah.
issues most couples end up having. And for me, so first and foremost, part of the pieces that he was talking about earlier of the things that I've been through, I have gone through, she in the closet, but I've gone through molestation. I've gone through rape. I've gone through all physical, domestic violence, all of the different things. So sometimes it is very hard for me to get into that. And so I have voiced to him, I'm not a light switch. Where you hop in the bed and be like, like,
And you supposed to be.
I'm supposed to be like, let's go. Let's hop into it. I'm like, no, I'm not a light switch. I need you to work me up and get me ready. So by the time she's in the bed, I'm like, okay, let's go. And that's where I think a lot of times we butt heads because, and then it had been for quite some time.
Sure.
Once again, I'm giving, but now it's in the intimacy department. And I'm not receiving what I need to feel. So now he has to learn. We gotta book. We gotta pay.
I want Shorty, okay. Just wait for this. I gave you snacks, all right? Go back. Just go back. Sorry, guys.
No.
We know that we'll edit that.
No, it's us, man. We're good, though.
But now it's a fact of he's now trying to learn how to give back for me. And once again, it's the same thing of he's trying to learn how to give and I'm trying to learn how to receive. And then on top of that,
Resentment on top of that. It's like a big lip.
not resentment on top of it. On top of that, a lot of times I'm tired. I am so tired. I'm running business. I have multiple clients. I'm mommy. I'm wife, trying to make sure house and home is set, cooking and everything else. And then I get in the bed and I'm just like,
The last thing I'm thinking about
is intimacy. Like I don't
think it.
No, she's not
think I'm thinking about.
She get in the bed, she grab the phone, she scrolls, she turns around and it's like
That's my decompression.
Right.
That's my decompression from the day is just either watching something I want to watch or just scroll for a little bit and just clear my mind. Right. And so sometimes we do have our moments where we'll watch something together, or he'll pull up his TikTok and I'll kind of like see what he's looking at, and we'll keep scrolling and things of that nature. We'll have our silly moments and whatnot. But even then, it's just like, I'm like, hey, you don't realize that's a lot of energy. That's a lot of energy. I ain't got it right.
It ain't all, but it ain't always got to be a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe like,
Look at this. Listen, I got you. He said, "You get what I'm putting down." Hey, you get what I'm putting down.
Like, just lay. I got it.
I got it.
this, you comfortable? Listen, it ain't got to be the full flash show every time. You get what I'm saying? But once again, if my love language is touched, in the book it talk about like filling up that love language tank, right? My tank be basically empty. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm like, see, look, she like tough.
Deposit.
Got it.
So I see working on it, right? I feel good. I feel good.
No, so it's really is. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, if she's saying like she said, like work me up during the day. Okay, so your love language is gifts. I'm doing the notes and I'm buying the stuff. I'm doing the stuff. Trying to. You want the couch and the stretch outy and watch TV. I'm listening, right, and I'm doing the work, right. Now is it okay? I'm not saying that she don't be tired because she works like crazy. Like I'm like, bro, how many calls you had today? Yeah, so I get it. But while she's doing that, baby girl's taken care of, house good. You feel what I'm saying? All she gotta do is finish her joint, get in the bed or whatever she gonna do, and then cool. But just don't forget about me. That's what I'm saying, right? I'm holding you down all day while you handling work. Hold me down. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not. Once again, I am a simple creature. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think for me, it's once again, it's like, are we willing to get out of our way to make sure that the other person is happy? At the end, that's what it's really. Because I can say, hey, like, yo, I don't feel like hearing you chew ice, so I ain't gonna buy the ice. Well, I don't feel like doing this. You can definitely for sure buy your own ice, right? So I think that's just where it's at, where it's like, is it maybe still resentment there? Is it, yes, I'm tired? Or is it, I just don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it, right? So, and I think that's just what we're trying to figure it out at.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, from our experience, we dealt with some of the issues. We deal with issues now towards intimacies. I'm going to say, there's a day of reckoning coming. I got to say that. Okay, yeah. So I want to say that first. Okay. Just take me for what I said. Okay. Yes, it's going to flip. It's going to switch on you. Okay. It's going to switch. So, but the thing is, when we don't understand each other's makeup, and I know we went through that period of time because just like Nella, you said about the warm up, with men, we don't. I guess a lot of us, we really don't understand that portion because we don't need it. We don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Just like someone said, a drop of a dime, ready. And I know my brother that I do, he said, Joe, but I was home from work. I got off from work and I'm on my way home. I would come in, ready.
You're ready.
But that's you. Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's you. And it involves more than you. So we have to, like we talked about balance. We talked about balance, again, that space, because I know even for myself, I failed with that, not understanding that too. And there were times I'm thinking, okay, let's do it. And I remember a time I did on the anniversary. Mm-hmm. You remember? I was with my neighbor, my good friend, like all the day. It's the anniversary, and I'm thinking, well, let me get home in time. Us to have our intimate moment for our anniversary. And I got home that night, and she was like, oh no. I haven't seen you all day. You've been out, you've been a friend, and you expect, like, oh, no, I'm tired. I'm this. We should have been working towards that during the day. And that was one anniversary that night. It was like, okay, well, it's not the way I planned it, but I guess that's the way it is, So I think the understanding of the makeup, and just like with women, as we know, they need to be, and as some say, we're like the kettle pot or the What was that? The cough pod, the one that heats up and finally once it reaches temperature starts to whistle. With us, for we microwave and we like ready. It don't take much. It's just like that. And again, we talk about life. Life is about balance. And I think men and women, when we understand the differences in each other, I think we can move better.
Oh, yeah.
And I think with that, it doesn't have to be the competition. It doesn't have to be how we see each other so different. Oh, men like to do this, women. I think once we understand, and I think that's a lot of the issues, knowing what she needs and then her knowing what you need and finding that space right there. And we've gone through, we still go through things. But I say the flipping is coming, that when her hormones change, she's going to be initiating, and your drive is going to be a little less, the way I just say, like, you'll probably be saying the lines of, hey, I feel like I'm a piece of meat. It changes, Bob.
Use me, baby.
So I'm going to say this much. Try to find that balance as quick as you can. Yeah. Because again, the flip coming. Yeah. Because we're going through the switching part of it. And at times, I guess, I don't know, but it's a reality. And we're going through trying to find our balance at times, because then you have things like help that comes into play. Help may limit some things there, and you have to go take advantage of what you can, because again, like I say, the ship's coming for sure. And we're still trying to find our balance spot there.
And then,
go ahead.
That's really real for us, because, I had medical scare, and I dealt with a lot of things after an incident or the accident where, it was a while, and I never really thought that he ain't getting none. I never thought, because I was thinking about my health and, knowing that he needed. I'm talking about when I had the car accident.
Which car accident? The first one?
I had two major ones.
Oh, yeah. Less than a year.
Yeah. And one crushed my pelvic. So it was just like, and then before that, I had a lot of menstrual issues. And so it was, and it just made it worse. It was even worse. Yeah. I'm talking months. Yeah. So understanding that things, I hear the younger couples was like, 15. We had this going on before we got married. Yeah. So did we. Yeah. When we were, we
rabbit.
Right. Yeah. And then life, the kids, working.
It all changes it.
It all changes. Yep. And but still, we still have to understand that the needs that each one of us have. Yeah. If he has that physical and he needs that intimacy, then that you need that. Then woo me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something you just said about the need part is that when we look at scripture, and I know you're very familiar with what we're saying, and I think one of our first podcasts we ever did, I think 2020, it was about, is my body your body? So, and we talked about that because again, Corinthians talk, and it says the husband doesn't have power of his own body, but the wife. And neither it also the wife doesn't have power of her own body, but the husband. And it says that if you refrain, like you do that with consent for a season, whether that's for fasting and praying and to build yourself up spiritually, you do that, but it's only with consent. And if we hold back, and that's the thing, or use our sexual organ as a tool of control, then that becomes a problem there. Because I know what we probably, I don't know whether we've done any of that, but over the years, I probably felt like that, like just looking back over the years. For sure. But the thing about it, how do we have balance there that we don't even violate God's word and we are satisfying each other in the process? And I say this term a lot about finding balance, because I believe life is about that. Finding the balance, find the sweet spot or the middle spot that that there's no loser and winner in the situation, that we have won. We can declare that we are winners because we're on the same team and we both feel that we got satisfaction here. that is the space that I know we have to get to, and we talk about it often. Is it hard getting there? Sometimes it is, but I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, you kind of sealed that. And I think, again, you two know what you probably need to do. And that is, you understand her, you understand him. And if she need to be wooed, woo her. And don't be wooed. Don't be getting wooed and you be like, boy, bye. Because you know that the anticipation of the wooing is, I want to satisfy my man, and I see that he's trying. And then let's not take advantage of it. Like, golly, this is like 12 times this week. What are you doing? But I'm just saying, understanding that life does have its balance, and women go through so much now. And I do understand, not saying man don't, but I do understand. It's like
We wear the emotion more.
yes, we do, and especially once the kids come, and then we're working, and then we've got opportunities that we're dealing with and things like that. We are engulfed in all of that, and then you're sitting over there like, well, when are you going to take care of me? But we're not even intentionally thinking that we're not taking care of you. We're just so blindsided about what we got going on here. Then you recognize that. And sometimes gifts ain't even what's necessary at that moment. It could be just a massage or a talk or just, a rub my feet. Or are you okay? Speed.
And I rub them, which
There you
is
go.
crazy.
Yeah, so you do things outside of the norm.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get past that. And even if you're thinking Nella, it may have been about 2 or 3 days, 3 or 4 days, may have been a week. And he's sitting over there because what we don't want, because this is what happens when you give the devil space and opportunity. He gonna be
lay on the crazy.
Well, this is what my wife won't do, and she over there.
Will do.
She over there.
She and you about to meet Philly.
Because that same scripture in Corinthians say, do not withhold. And I believe further down it says something about because the temptation of the world will get into your marriage, right?
So your incontinence is right. In other words, yeah, definitely.
Don't withhold. Yeah, so it's like don't withhold.
But it's also, so my thing is, I think the biggest thing that sometimes people miss is this saying don't withhold with malicious intent. Don't withhold to control, which is not something that I intentionally do. I don't withhold so that I can control the situation or control you or things of that nature. It is, I'm tired. Right? Now if I turned around and was like, I want him to do XYZ, so he ain't getting none until he does it. Exactly. Then that's when I'm going.
Yeah, I mean that's one part of it, but it says don't withhold, but then it says don't withhold because of that, and so on and so on. And we don't have to do all that. What I'm saying, like I said on TikTok, somebody said something like, "Don't you notice like before you get married, the intimacy is off the chain. It's crazy, and the moment you get in, it just stops. Right, and it's because." You're literally giving the devil what he wants on both spectrums, right? Where it's like outside, you know you're not supposed to be doing that, but you won't stop doing that.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's better there because we've had those discussions. Yeah, that it was better before we got married than now.
And now you're in, and the intimacy and the marriage is what God wants, and that love is what He designed from the beginning. You're now becoming what God intended, and the devil can't mess with you no more. Right?
He can.
Well, he can, but it's like, but for most marriages, you always hear, I'm not getting it in my marriage, right? When the devil's winning because he's laughing like, bro, you guys were going crazy before, but now it's you got every excuse on why you can't do it, right? Whatever case it be.
Right.
My thing is that at the end of the day, and I'm just looking at it from what I can control. I can't control what my wife does, right? Or whatever case it be. I want God to look at me and be like, you are serving in every area of your marriage, right? So my wife is saying she needs something. I don't want to not do it because I just don't want to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta pay with that from God. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just where my mind is now. Where I'm like, I don't want to be in trouble by him. You feel what I'm saying? Because I ain't being selfish and not giving her what she wants. So back to the feet. I remember one day we had a conversation, or a little spat, right? A little spat. And we were like, I was sitting there, she was sitting here, and we were like, the tension was there.
Right.
And I had heard in the book, Husband After God, it was like, you may not get the intimacy, you may not get something from your wife, but you still have to love her the way, Christ loves the church. Sure.
Right.
So in that moment, wash her feet. So I went to bed, grabbed a little tub, came out here, and she's just on the phone, mad, you know what I'm saying? And I put some hot water in there, put her feet in there, and she's kind of like, what are you doing? I said, just let it happen, Put her feet in there, wash her feet, rub the feet, put some lotion on the feet, and I could feel the tension just, we would go the rest of the day, right? So in that moment, I was willing to get out of my way to serve my wife, even though I didn't want to do it, right? But also to show, and I told her, like, today I want to love you like Christ loved the church. Like I said those words, but right, I'm willing once again to do whatever it takes to love her the way that she wants and the way God loves her and the way that God loves me, so that this works. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you about to say something.
I'm about to say the N-word. That's positive word. I'm trying to say this. Look,
I gotta go home and wash feet.
Listen, I'm ready to say something here. Brother,
Yeah,
you're real.
I appreciate
Let me tell you what. You show your heart. That's real.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Tell my wife, you won't find many men to do that.
Right.
They don't uncover their heart. That's not, most men guard their heart, period. And I'm saying, when I hear you, when you started, I said, this brother here is transparent. I'm telling you that. Nella, I got to say this, as far as me being a man. When I say real, brother, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I'm going to tell you that now. I really do. Because again, there are not many men that will share and open their heart in the way that you did.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, because again, I said we're usually guarded. And I appreciate that so much, and the things that you're doing. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Really.
But then we can't forget.
No. Listen, what I'm saying about the man, this part, I'm just saying, I don't know how valuable that is to you, but I'm just saying, and I don't even, I tell my wife, honestly, to have a man, and I'm saying a man that wants to lead, for one, with an open heart. I appreciate you as well. What I'm saying, the reason I said that, because again, it's more common for women to express their heart. You've done that from the start. Matter of fact, more than I would have said you'd have done. You have, and it's more common for women to do that. And I appreciate you went beyond the common, in expressing. And I'm just saying, y'all as a couple, you're both open. You both share how you feel. You both pour your hearts out. And I'm telling you, man, that is a rare for couples. Period. Yeah. That is a rare. And only thing I just want to say, I commend you. I know we can go all night, but I don't want to do that. And I think that we ought to look at wrapping up. But what can we end with? And I'm going to say that the message that y'all have now, at 1 year, I'm telling you, I've learned so much from you all in 1 year. Just the things you're doing. I commend y'all as a couple, for the things you're doing. I'm telling you now, because even myself, I'm learning. And so it just lets you know the years don't really matter. When people talk that. You're doing things that I know people probably in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and more are not doing.
Yeah.
So if we say y'all problems are not major problems per se, because the things you're doing, you're working. And that's what we even talk about when we're talking about a course, a marriage mindset. Y'all got a marriage mindset. And that's so important. And I want to say that is so important. So you see me get a little blown away by some things. And I'm just saying that because I thank God for what I'm hearing. That his word, you're building on a foundation. That is the main thing, the foundation of the word of God. That's most of it. So I just want to embrace both of you. Just tell you, man, I really I'm really touched. But yeah, go ahead.
And
Yeah.
I was like
Go ahead.
in support of my sister here.
No, I'm supporting. Oh, there's a go.
I'm hearing
Go ahead.
such, I guess it's like a revelation to
Go ahead.
couples out here
Mm-hmm.
that need to hear the realness, the politics,
Right.
you know, of man, she ain't getting it to me like I want, or man,
Right.
you know, life has been lifing over here. Things is just, and we get these arguments and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
What I want to be able to make sure that we give the people what they need when it comes to what we did here today. And sure, we talk and try to provide strategies of how we should work through this. But every strategy is different in every marriage because you can't use the same strategies that Charles had.
It may not work.
You can hear it out and maneuver around it. And that's where you all are doing. You recognize this.
Right.
So I think it still is a conversation that needs to continue to be had.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I have always been impressed with Nella's stamina and her, you know, her zeal and things like that. And it's great because I'm seeing it on this side.
Yeah.
But on the side in the house, you know, is where people that's in the house that see and deal with this marriage, because it's our first year, we're going through certain things like this.
Yeah.
This, believe it or not, is not as tough as it looks like. You know, I mean, it's tough when you in it.
Yeah.
Tough in the moment. But when you jump outside yourself and look and say, Nella, you tired, but what else can you do?
JStarr.
Not just why.
Do that. JStarr.
Not good. Okay. The car yapped like that. Okay. I'm a bad car. Understand.
Then you'll say, okay, I know she tired, but I'm a man and I have needs. You can express that to her in a way that she don't feel like she's being dominated by it. You know, because we used to have this thing.
Oh, yeah.
We were
Right.
heavy into this other
Church.
that was their makeup.
I'm the man.
Oh yeah.
So that was their makeup.
That was it.
Yeah, that's
It was a sound.
I'll show you. You know. So we had to grow. But for real, you had to grow. Outside of that.
Yeah.
And just, I know it's God's will for us to be together.
Yes,
You know, intimately. Because I don't want him chasing after somebody else.
Yeah.
You don't want him chasing after somebody else. You know you are the beauty star that you saw when you got me. Same here. So yes, I will bring that out, but I got so much other stuff going on here.
Yeah, right.
As well as my internal baggage that I'm still trying to work through. So as we're doing that, because of your hearts, as we're doing that,
Right.
you know, I would like for you all to say to your Nella self, to your JStarr self.
Sure, go.
Okay.
Anyway, self out here. Is there somebody else right out here listening to you, experiencing what they see in you and thinking, I'm done. You know, she ain't coming, but she not being what she need to be. I'm tired of all this arguing. And side note, I listened to a show on Oprah the other day, and it was called The Gray Marriage.
Great divorce.
Great Divorce. And it was because the older women, older women are deciding, I ain't doing this no more.
20 plus years.
20 plus years. I'm not doing this no more. Because either he came up and he don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
And he's like, I'm over it. Or she started feeling herself. And she, like, oh, I can't. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of things that she was saying, but we're not going to be that statistic.
Right.
We're not going to be that in your younger years of marriage or in our older years of marriage. We want to beat those statistics.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone out here that's in their earlier years of marriage and or thinking about getting married, what would you say to them as far as what they should do in preparation or while they're in their first year of marriage? What would you say to them now?
And then she go get to before you go.
She gave me intimacy, so I'm giving you.
I think for me, God first, but that's just me. That's just us, right? Like we pray together. I'm very intentional with my prayer time, because I understand that I don't have all the answers. I am literally figuring this out on the way. There are days where I want to quit. There are days where I'm just like, I don't know. I remember before we got married, I don't even know if I proposed yet. Maybe I did propose. We got in a real heated
It was
situation.
before you proposed.
Before I proposed. It got so bad. She took the ring that she bought for me. She threw it across the room, right? And I remember that same day I came out here and I said, because before we moved out here, I prayed for confirmation that we were going to get married, and if he wanted us to be in Atlanta, and I got clarity for both, right? So when we got down here and that happened, I said, Lord, you sure this my wife? Because this too much. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
10 minutes after I prayed that prayer, I got a text from a friend that I ain't talked to in months. And in a text, it said, it was a long text. I hear God say, this is your wife. That child, she's yours. Document the process. Like she just gave everything I was kind of questioning. I had gotten a text message.
Right.
So I stopped questioning after that.
And then she said, tell her to prepare her womb. Because I said, nah, that part can go. That part can go.
If God said it,
It is good. So, I mean, I think what I would say is quitting is easy.
Yeah.
And you only quitting because you don't want to change your ways. Right? Like if you could have it your way, you would figure it out. Right? And I understand that, like, that's why I'm at. So my wife was very instrumental or vocal about wanting to be courted. I made it, okay, now I understand why. Right? At first I didn't understand it. So that's your love language. It's important to you. This is the way that you receive love. That book was very critical for me understanding like love languages and how to love and what it does for a person. Right. In the book, it says, hey, if yours is this and this is yours, you trying to love them in your language is just like they speak English and you speak Chinese. Right. They just, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I'm willing to do whatever it takes. When I say I don't like feet, I don't like feet. So you know how hard it is to sit here while you're upset with somebody and wash their feet? I'm not talking about like just massage. I'm talking about like get water, soak feet, wash feet. Like it took a lot, but I'm also showing her like, hey, even when I'm mad, I can still love you. I can still show you, and you should be able to do the same thing, right? So you may not always want to be intimate with your poet. Right. You feel me? It ain't always got to be spectacle every time, but let me have that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Let me have that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because what happened, and our pastor talked about it a couple weeks ago, he said, you got to listen and learn.
Yeah.
Right? Listen to what they're saying that they need from you. Stop trying to love them the way that you want to. Right. And learn. And enjoy learning. Like, I'm enjoying learning along the way that I see the changes in the moves and the happiness when I'm loving her a certain way, her way, not my way, her way, right? So he was saying like when you listen and learn and love them in their language, you'll get a person that you never had before, right? And that's all. I'm not asking for everything. I can't help that touch is my love language. I can't help that this does it for me. Yeah. You can't help that you like the little notes and the flowers and all that stuff. It's what you like. Cool. But at the end of the day, am I willing to get out of my way to love you? Yeah. I think that's really it. I think the marriages don't work because we're so stubborn as people. Sure. My way or the highway, you know? So that's what you got.
I mean, he done took a very...
No, but I think so when it was probably about a couple months ago, and my parents, they've been married for 38 years now. And 12 of those years, they didn't even sleep in the same bed. They were going through so much. It started when I left for college. It just got better a year ago. Yeah.
Like too, because like right when everybody moved out the house.
Everybody moved out the house, and it was like a switch, and it was like night and day. And I was like, oh, so we was the problem, like, right? But so, but I actually had a conversation with my mom, and I had asked her. I said, "How did you guys?" Because we had been button heads left and right. And so I just asked my mom, I said, how did you guys end up getting back to that?
Right.
Because when I was growing up, my parents were lovey-dovey, kissing, like to the point where my little brother would be like, can y'all stop? Like all that kind of stuff, to none of it. And y'all can't even stand to be in the same room. Now back to, hey, we going on vacation, we going on double dates, we doing this, we going to movie night.
Yeah.
And so my mom was like, we had to make a decision.
Yeah.
We sat down and we said, are we going to cut our ties, or we want to figure this out?
Yeah.
And when we made the decision that we were going to figure this out and make it work, then we had to actually do the things. And so that, I think, for anybody, if you are married, if you're going through a divorce, if you've been divorced, if you are thinking about being married, you want to be married, you want to be engaged, make the decision, because I've been divorced. That took a lot out of me.
Sure. Right.
Right. And it, granted, that was because of domestic violence. But this, I've made a covenant with him. I've made a covenant with God.
Yeah.
And so that was the decision. The day I said I do, that was the decision. And so now it's going to be a decision after decision after decision that you're going to have to continuously make,
Right.
because you made the first one.
Right. Yourself. Right. That's good. That's good. You know, I had been, we could do a weekend here. You know,
Did bring the light nuts. Nice job. It did. I get
but, I think we have unpacked a lot of things,
right.
that is presented to us, that now it's time for us to fold and iron, hang up, and say, you know what? This is so worth it. This is so worth it. I can say that, again, the quantity of our marriage, and even the year, the months you've been together, that's great, right? But the quality is what we need to work on. So the things that you both understand, have read, has been, a revelation to you, things that have been said to you, maybe whispered to you from God. Let's not ignore those things.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's not ignore, knowing that we have to get ourselves out the way, and that we want to show society that this thing called marriage, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
And we can be those Black marriages out here that can be successful in our marriage, in our finances, in our families,
Yes.
and we can be transparent about it. So this was part of what we wanted to do today.
Yes. Right.
Knowing that I'm so grateful from our first initiation of meeting Nella. That was
Yes.
destined.
Yes.
That just like us, my husband, he invests in all kind of financial endeavors. And that's all when this came up, the podcasting came up, it was just our fit, because that's kind of what we've been into, so your marriage combination, it is a recipe to show others. And when you're getting ready to do this thing, check out Nella and Jay-Z. No, I'm just kidding. JStarr, I got you.
Oh, you ain't getting? Oh, were you joking?
He's joking. Got me.
That's how thing.
Thing, because,
'Cause, yeah.
I be going so fast, I forget people's names. Right? But I got Nella down pat. No, but we want to put a little snippet in there as to how we got JStarr, that name, and we want to put that in the bio of the information that we have. So, and even with Nella, always Nella, on her social media platforms, as well as JStarr,
The real
and follow them. Give them some likes, and hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell, and let them know that you are willing to work in their community too.
Yeah.
So just like with us, we are steady building. We have a select of who we like to talk to, and that our podcast is built on our own living experiences as well as knowing what God has for us. So it's been a really memorable pleasure. Talking, getting to know you. I think I had now a friend, and she didn't tell me, hey, you can call me old head, but I don't care. So, because we got Baltimore. I'm in the house.
What it is, down here.
So whenever I feel like I need to go home and I don't have to go all the way home,
There you go.
yeah. So, Charlie, you want to?
I mean, don't forget South Carolina, man.
Everybody saw from.
Or forget about South Carolina.
That's all right. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even go there. She used to do that to me back in the day, and I said, I don't like it.
Better North Carolina.
Yeah, but we really appreciate y'all opening your home to us and then open your hearts to us as well. So that's one thing, and we do hear from a biblical standpoint because we believe God created this sanctuary marriage, and if you try to enter and move forward with this without God, you're making a big mistake, and it's one you will regret. So the light that you've shown and shared, we love you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess till next time.
Till next time.
JStarr.
JStarr.
Yep. Miss Nella. Thank you. Our coach, moderator. That's right. I said, cameraman and everything else. Audio and you do it.
Talking about music.
Okay, so all right. All right. So just giving the real Charles and
Melendia.
Yep. Appreciate you. Peace out. Love.
Bye.
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real. Charles and Melendia.
Just keeping it
real.
in love.
I got a question. Can we talk about intimacy?